Hey, good morning, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. 706-889-9700. That's how you contact the show. chief@FetcherNews.com. And also there are all of the social media ways you can follow the show. Now, that being said, it is Mariano Rivera Day. Let's go to number 22. Right there, all 425, I forget how many, but every unanimously first ballot Hall of Famer right there. Joshua, I've got you. Let me give you a list of numbers you can take out and delete so the system doesn't get bogged down. You can take out number 4. You can take out 21, 23, number 4, 21, 23, and 20. All right. So anyhow, Mariano Rivera Day here at the ballpark. So let's go to number 3. We're gonna try to piece some things together. Now this one's going to be a little confusing, and I'm trying to figure out how to put all this together so that way we can make heads or tails of it. All right. And I hope this is one that you can share with your friends. That is the new Confederate flag. That is the symbol of hate for America. All right. New Confederate flag. If you are wearing that, they will zero in on you. They will look for you to make a mistake. And they will look to see if they can use it in their arsenal of pre-planned attacks that are soon to come. What's that mean? They build an arsenal of pre-planned attacks for situations to come that they have to have a battle. They prepare for battle, and the hat is it. So I brought out, I don't have a MAGA hat, but I brought out Vote Trump, Mobs Not Jobs. I brought that one out. I vote, and these are like a different form of Confederate flag. MAGA hat, Drain the Swamp, that one is. And then I have the Keep America Great 2020. Okay, that's pretty close to MAGA, right? Donald Trump 2020. That obviously upsets some people. Now, let's explain this, okay? Let's go here to number 6, and we know who this is. And this is the young man from Covington Catholic High School, okay? 16-year-old kids, and Nathan Phillips is the phony Indian chief that everybody's heart went out to, and Nick Sandmann is the young man that stood his ground, and we all know the truth now, but it's a little too late after so many went after this kid and the kids at the Catholic school. The school is open today. Yesterday it was closed due to security reasons. It is open today. Now let's start with the video, just 30-some seconds. He went on Savannah Guthrie or whatever. So let's watch the 31 seconds with Nick yesterday on the Today Show. Go ahead, let's run that.
Feel from this experience that you owe anybody an apology? Do you see your own fault in any way?
As far as standing there, I had every right to do so. My position is that I was not disrespectful to Mr. Phillips. I respect him. I'd like to talk to him. I mean, in hindsight, I wish we could have walked away and avoided the whole thing.
This morning we're taking a look at this morning.
All right, so in hindsight, he wished he just walked away and avoided the whole thing. So he's a 16-year-old kid, all right? We're asking this kid to process a lot. I'm going to do this for like the 3rd day in a row, but it's only, yeah, it is Wednesday. I'm going to do this for like the 3rd day in a row, but I'm going to make it really brief. The March for Life. Now, how many times in the past do you really see a lot of news coverage on the March for Life, okay? So we have the black Hebrew Israelites, okay? They're causing a ruckus. This guy's beating his little drum. He sees an opportunity. He sees the kid with the mega hat. We know the whole storyline now. When in the past has the March for Life made any kind of news, real news? Okay? 10 seconds somewhere. Today was the annual March for Life in Washington, D.C., and they moved right along, okay? There's Obama for 8 years. He wasn't showing up. But Trump makes a statement every year about the March for Life. Trump makes a statement and vows to veto any legislation that does anything where abortion's concerned, whether it increases availability, federal funds, no matter what it is. And this has been lacking. Okay, remember this. This has been lacking from the pro-life March for Life for the past 8 years. 8 years prior to Trump, if not. So they almost completely ended. Now stay with me on this. They almost completely ended the March for Life coverage. It got 30 seconds when Obama was president, all right? Nothing to see here. You have Elena Kagan, you have Ginsberg, Sotomayor, you have all these justices over here, and Obama is not going to do anything, so you made it. No need. But then you have Catholic, okay? Now, my understanding, here's my understanding, and I'm going to tell you this. Let's set this up. Do I believe the Catholic Church has a serious problem with priests that may have liked some little boys? Okay, easy there, okay, right? Okay. Is there a problem within the Catholic Church with pedophiles? Yes, okay. Now, they have gone after, the media has gone after the Catholic Church in the last year like you would not believe. Gone after the Catholic Church. Bombshell report out there in Pennsylvania. State attorney generals all over the United States calling for similar investigations into the Catholic Church. And the media is loving it, and they are running it as hard as they can in the Catholic Church. Okay? Because right now they know they're replacing that vote. What does that mean? For years, okay, I remember, you may not, okay, but for years, Catholic members of Congress, okay, you can name them, go find out the Catholic members. I think even Joe Biden or somebody, or no, I know Christopher Dodd and Kennedy and several of those, if you go back for years, several of these Catholic members, the priests would not serve communion. Look it up. I think Dick Durbin can't get communion served to him, okay? So for years, the Catholic members of Congress have been explaining to their constituents why they are pro-choice but still vote for me. And I really do think the Catholic Church, the Democrats are okay with some of the Catholic vote they're getting ready to lose with this attack, because their goal is much bigger than that little bit of Catholic vote that they have remaining, or that will shift. That being said, not to get the waters too convoluted, they've gone after the Catholic Church for quite some time. Kavanaugh, nice little Catholic boy. Find me a picture of Brett Kavanaugh. I don't give a rat's what it is. Put it up. As soon as you find it, Brett Kavanaugh. All right? Kavanaugh, nice little Catholic boy, right? It don't matter. Brett Kavanaugh at the hearings, whatever. Okay? Stay with me on this. I think we're going to really put some stuff together on this that nobody else is talking about that we have to pay attention to. All right? Brett Kavanaugh, nice little Catholic boy, went to the, nice little Catholic kid, right? Maybe he's a Catholic kid. I don't know. Catholic school? I don't know. You check it out. But see, this, go to number 6. See, this kid here, Nick, if left to the Catholic Church, if left to his white heritage in Kentucky, whatever that may be, if left to wearing that hat, this is what, you got a picture of Kavanaugh? Okay. So Nick here, if we don't take this Catholic kid down right now, he could eventually one day turn out to be this guy. Now wait, stay with me. There's a lot more I want to put together. You're thinking I'm silly. Go back to Nick. Catholic kid, 16 years old. I mean, Catholic kid, 16 years old. Did you see Squints and Bubba and all of his buddies behind him in the video? Why, they could be going home and having parties and having train parties, and they could be drinking and having drunken parties and touching girls. And the next thing you know, these Catholic boys turn out to be Brett Kavanaugh. Right? That's right. Stay with me. Where did it happen? Pro-life rally. You think it's a coincidence that the media thought they would bump into a Catholic kid? Why, hell, I told you 3 days in a row. Let me tell you something. One more time. March for Life. Now, I understand Methodist, Baptist, Episcopalian, whoever you are out there, okay? I understand there's a lot of evangelical, pro-life voters out there. I understand that. But the fight against Roe v. Wade has been led by the Catholic Church. That's the bottom line. It's Catholic charities that cannot adopt anymore because they do not allow faith-based adoptions in most of these states. Even in Georgia, you can't get a faith-based adoption bill. The Catholic Church. If you've ever been to, I told you before, if you've ever been to a March for Life, school bus after school bus from every Catholic school, Covington Catholic School in Kentucky was a needle in the haystack that day. They have bus parking like you would not believe, and it's Catholic school after Catholic school. I tell you what, there's more St. Mary's written on the side of a bus after Catholic school lined up. These kids get off and they're in their uniforms, little Catholic uniforms. They're all dressed. They're there. All right. Most of these kids are 16. They just going to Washington, D.C. They're getting on the bus. The nun said they had to go. I tell you what, if you can't find a Catholic there, you'll never find a Catholic. And they could turn out, these kids can turn out to be like this. So, let me put a little more together. Let's play. I never play a clip from The View, and I'm not going to play all of it. I just want this one little part right here. Okay, let's play this piece from The View.
Kids started this chant. One kid ripped off his shirt and, was chanting.
And then you've got for a pro-life.
They were there for a
Then
pro-life
why did they need
movement.
those hats on their
head?
head?
And that's the other thing. Catholic churches, you get this exemption, this tax exemption, because you're not supposed to be political. And they had these political, these hats on and these outfits. Again, where were the adults advising them that they can't wear that? And then again, you've got this Good Samaritan that's trying to separate them. And again, you have a 16-year-old. He was smirking. He says he was silently praying. I don't know. When I pray, I don't smirk. But the adults weren't there, telling him, move out of the way. Don't engage this Good Samaritan. And again, afterwards, he gets a PR firm that sends this note. And so instead of teaching him as an adult, maybe take some responsibility, there's still no teachable moment. So where are the adults in this? Teaching. No one is there. No one is there. I was just disgusted by the entire thing.
Anything?
You know what? We don't have any time left, and I actually think that this topic is so nuanced.
if you want to give me more time in the next segment, I'm happy to talk about it. But I think that this is a very nuanced discussion, and there's a lot of elements to it, and everyone's hurting right now. I was really, really screwed up about this over the weekend. Abby knows I was texting her throughout it, and if we want to talk about it in the next segment, I'm happy to, but I'm not going to just give this a soundbite.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
All right, I didn't want to give that no more time than I had to. I apologize on behalf of everyone, the entire staff here. My apologies for having to watch that. The hats, but the Catholic Church gets exemptions. And where are the adults telling these kids they can't wear these hats and these shirts? And this Good Samaritan comes in. The Catholic Church. Now, let's double back. As I've told you, March for Life, right? March for Life. If you don't go after this Catholic kid now, he could turn out to be Brett Kavanaugh. Go ahead and put the Catholic kid back up for a minute. Oh, wait a minute, I got a different one. I got a different one. Let's go to, I'm sorry, Josh, I've got it right here. Let's go to number 27. High Court allows transgender service ban. Remember when Trump came out and everybody went through the roof that he was banning transgenders from entering the military? Oh, they went berserk over that, right? Well, the High Court allowed the ban yesterday. Go to number 28, okay? CNN High Court allows transgender service ban. Ban will take effect for now while lower courts rule on merits. Now, there are some cases in the lower court. So what the Supreme Court did yesterday is they upheld the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief, saying, you know what, we're going to ban transgenders from entering the military, okay? We're going to ban that. And what we're going to do is we're going to let some of the other cases play through the lower courts, and we're not going to rule on that, you know, until the lower courts bring us a case here. So that happened, right? Now, put up, well, before we go there, let me just go here, okay? Hold on just a second, folks. In a 5-4 decision, Supreme Court, okay, in a 5-4 decision, the justices voted 5-4, reflecting the High Court's conservative majority, okay? The decision allows the Pentagon to prevent many transgender people from joining in or in circumstances remaining in the military while the lower court rulings that had blocked the policy are appealed. The justices did not allow the Trump administration to leapfrog the appeals court as it had requested. So what is happening is it's upholding the president's decision. Now go back to Kavanaugh, okay? Now Kavanaugh, we know just recently what happened. How berserk, how crazy, how to the left. I mean, I don't know. What are the words to describe what happened during these hearings for Brett Kavanaugh? Now, a 5-4 decision. A 5-4 decision. Okay? Banning transgenders. Now, as the lower court cases make its way through the court, what this court will do when they get there, I don't know. But a 5-4 decision. So what are the two things that they've gone crazy about? Is Roe v. Wade in the LGBTQ community, right? Transgenders. That ruling came out yesterday. Okay? Now, they knew, all right? They knew last week. Let's go to that View clip, the View one more time before I wrap this up. And go to the beginning of it where the talking rhinoceros speaks, okay, at the beginning. Okay? Very beginning. I think there's a talking rhinoceros there at the very
Now, this weekend, social media, honey, attacked Kentucky private school kids for this confrontation with the Native American Vietnam veteran when different rallies converged in D.C. Here's the first clip that went viral. Take a look. So the school kids were blamed for being the aggressors. But then the extended footage was released that showed a group of black Israelites mocking the kids and the Native American. Take a look.
We are here to tell you what you have to do. You have to come away from the Lord. You have to come away from your religions, philosophies, and doctrines and start worshiping the true and living power, which his name is Yahweh. That's who's the most high God.
That's right.
Pompous bastards over there wearing Make America Great.
That's right.
Again.
Little Billy.
This is the one.
Little corny-ass Billy in there.
Why are you not angry at them?
So many people admitted they made snap judgments before these other facts came in. But is it that we just instantly say that's what it is based on what we see in that moment and then have to walk stuff back when it turns out we're wrong? Why is that? Do we keep making the same mistake?
Because we're desperate to get Trump out of office. That's why.
Not everybody, though.
But what does that have to do?
I think that's the reason. I think the press jumps the gun a lot because we have so much circumstantial evidence against this guy that we basically are hoping that, you know, Cohen's got the goods and what have you. And so it's wishful thinking.
Right, but let's talk about the kids in this particular
all right.
confrontation, since that's the question at hand.
You also have Trump supporters that also jump to judgment, too. So I wouldn't say it's all to get Trump out of office. I think a collective, we as a society, jump to judgment today.
Okay, so I normally don't play The View, but I'm just saying the red hat, okay? Now, the March for Life was what I call Catholic Day at the Capitol, all right? So, stay with me on this. Stay with me on this. I promise you something here. So let's do this, and let me wrap this up because it is getting to where I need to wrap it up. The kid, number 6, could turn out to be Brett Kavanaugh. The Catholic kid could turn out to be Brett Kavanaugh. With Brett Kavanaugh on the court, where's Brett? Okay, with Brett Kavanaugh on the court, number 27, this could happen. You could have transgender service ban, okay, on the high court with a 5-4 conservative court, okay. What did the liberal media, the deep state, what did all of them know before the March for Life? Now, they've been setting up a Catholic attack like you would not believe for God knows how long, right? You know it. What did they know? Number 8. They know they're on the edge of another Supreme Court justice. Absolutely. They know they're on the edge of another Supreme Court justice. And Ginsberg could go. Okay? That's what they know. In fact, I would say jokingly, as the Cub fan would say, but I need to see a New York Times with today's date on it and her holding it up and, you know, saying hi, waving to the crowd, okay? They know that. They knew that on that day, okay? And guess what their next fear is? Number 10. That's what I've been leading up to. You may believe me, you may not, okay? This would happen to be I had here just a second ago. Yeah, I had that, but I must have clicked off the story I wanted. Stay with me just a second. Let me stay with it. Okay. Now, Amy Coney Barrett is what? She's a potential nominee. She's already on the court, okay? She's on the United States Circuit Judge. She's a circuit judge on the United States Court of Appeals from the 7th Circuit. She was previously a professor of law at Notre Dame Law School, right? What do we remember here recently, September 6, 2017? You remember when Senator Dianne Feinstein attacked judicial nominees' Catholic faith? Remember that? This afternoon, during confirmation hearings for the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals, nominee Amy Coney Barrett, Democrat Senator Dianne Feinstein, attacked the nominee for her Roman Catholic faith. Barrett is a law professor at the University of Notre Dame, whatever, who has written about the role of religion in the public life and delivered academic lectures to Christian legal groups. Drawing on some of these materials, Feinstein launched a thinly veiled attack on Barrett's Catholic faith, asserting her religious views will prevent her from judging fairly. Just saying, watch it play out. There was no mistake that they found a highly dominant Catholic event. There was no mistake that they zeroed in on 16-year-old Catholic high school kids. No mistake on that whatsoever. No mistake that these 16-year-old Catholic high school kids were mesmerized, a little bit taken. They're from Kentucky, by the black Hebrew Israelites, so they're listening. They start yelling. Next thing you know, the Good Samaritan, the liar that the media, and how do they know to handle these things this way? They know. It's up for what's next. Next is you have in the courts. Let me look at you and tell you, you have in the courts, okay? Exactly. I think it's 11, but you have almost 11 states now what's called a partial birth, a heartbeat bill. A heartbeat bill, okay? And that is going to go and be the closest ever to, all right? The Supreme Court of the United States has never had a case, and without going down a rabbit trail, they've never had a case that pushed them to think this case has the merit and has the merit to open Roe v. Wade. And the heartbeat bill has that. And let me tell you, the left that believe that killing somebody 1 minute after they're born or killing somebody 1 minute before they're born, the left are ready and to go. And I was trying to find an article this morning concerning that. The left is ready to go and pull out the fight of all fights. And I'm going to get that article. New York, look up where New York passes a bill that basically allows murder at birth. Absolutely. New York State, to protect women's health, okay? There's a new bill, and I'm going to find that. New York State, Andrew Cuomo, the murderer-in-chief, allows murder up to the time of birth. So this lady right here is supposed to be next in line. Don't get confused on why they've attacked and done what they've done where the Catholic Church is concerned this year. Don't get confused on why this is set up and ready to go. That kid in Kentucky could be the next Brett Kavanaugh. That hat is the Confederate flag. This woman could be next. Dianne Feinstein says she's too Catholic already, okay? And one more thing, I got to take a break here, but I want you to see this. And the other thing that goes with this hand in hand, all right, is number, and let me get there and throw this up, Josh, hopefully. Number 26. Number 26. White House plans to send 50 judicial nominees to new Congress. So all the nominees that were at Congress last year, when that term of Congress runs out, the new Congress, you have to reappoint them, okay? And those are being reappointed. And there are a lot of them to the lower courts, 3 of them actually to the Ninth Circuit. Yes, 3 to the Ninth Circuit. And who's in charge now at that Judicial Committee? Lindsey Graham. The Senate Judicial Committee is Lindsey Graham, who holds all of these confirmation hearings and gets them to a vote. So action regarding, action rekindles a battle between Republicans and Democrats. White House plans to send 50 judicial nominees to Congress. No coincidence, maybe a little too Catholic. I'm your host, BKP. Let's take a little break.